the loss of your near and dear ones, yourself being attacked by tigers and so forth, they will all dissolve the moment you wake up, the moment you have the wisdom of emptiness. Okay, this is the benefit. It will transcend your miseries. It will transcend your fears. And this fear, the moment you wake up, you are 24/7 freed from that particular dream, that particular fear of the dream, the fear of that particular dream. Okay, this is benefit. With this in mind, how to wake up? Waking up is a process. Waking up from the sleep of ignorance is a process. And this process is beautifully stipulated, beautifully explained in 5 steps. Gate, Gate, Paragate, Parasamgate, Bodhiswa. 5 steps. So, we can study these 5 steps separately, and there's a whole detailed exposition on these 5 steps. We simply recite this and with the commitment for yourself, by not forgetting the 2 basic, the agendas of a life. What are the two basic agendas? Be kind to yourself. Number 2, be wisely kind to yourself. Okay, so these 2 agendas, not forgetting these 2 agendas, and then as we recite this mantra, remind yourself that I have the capacity. What I really seek is total fearlessness, and what I really seek is infinite happiness. And these 2 are actually within me, but they are like the gold mixed with the soil. The gold is not visible. So I have to make the gold visible through removing the stains, the metal stains. And remove the metal stains have to be done in steps. 5 steps. So as we recite the mantra, it's like a reminder for us that I should not be remaining who I am now. I should keep growing, because I have to let this inside, true nature of me to come out fully. Okay, with that in mind, let's recite this 7 times together. Om Gati Gati Okay, from where we left yesterday, we are on stanza 7 and 8, page 51 of the text, the 3 principal aspects of the path, stanza 7 and 8. Okay, quickly what we did yesterday to review is that the gold inside us, that is obscured by this gold, very precious gold, is within everyone, whether you're a boy or whether you're a girl, whether you are Israeli or whether you're non-Israeli, whether you are, say, the Buddhist or Jew or Muslim or Hindu or Christians or the Baha'i or whatever, or Parsi, following whatever tradition you're following, we all have this. And whether you are young or old, educated, uneducated, it doesn't matter. We all have this seed, perfect seed of happiness, perfect seed of the fearlessness that's within us. So our job is that, given that it is there, and that too, what we learn is that it's not just something that you have to believe in. It's something we must gain conviction in. It's not something that you just have to believe. There's no other way. No, that's not true. We can gain conviction. In fact, it's a huge topic. There's a separate text on this written by Arya. The text is known as In Praise of Dharmadhatu. In Praise of Dharmadhatu by Arya, the great teacher, and who's the great, one of the greatest philosophers in this world. And he was revered as the second Buddha. So his book, In Praise of Dharmadhatu. In Praise of Dharmadhatu, he explained in great detail how everybody, whoever you are, boy, girl, or say this religion, that religion, from this place, that place, everyone has the same seed. So this is what we have to learn, study, reflect on. Then you will gain conviction. You must gain conviction in this, not just out of blind faith. This is what's required. Okay. So with this, now let's say that you're convinced that yes, I have this potential. Now how to make it awaken? How to make it manifest? For that matter, we have to separate the true nature of what is there, the gold, with the mixture, the soil. Remove the soil from this gold. How to remove the soil? We have to know the nature of the soil. What the soil is. This soil is in the form of two, the gross and the subtle. The gross one referred to as the afflictive obscurations, and the subtle one is referred to as the cognitive obscurations. There are two signs within our mind. One is a gross and one is subtle. Afflictive obscurations and the cognitive obscurations. Two. So these two we have to remove. To remove these two, the remedy to remove these two remains the wisdom of emptiness, which we're going to study now. Wisdom of emptiness. And with knowing the nature of these afflictive obscurations, it stops us from experiencing fearlessness. And the cognitive obscuration stops us from experiencing the infinite happiness, infinite ease. Okay. Whereas what we like and the potential that we have is not the fear, it's not the lack of happiness, not the lack of ease. The potential that we have is the fearlessness, the potential for fearlessness and the potential for infinite happiness. So this is the review from yesterday. Now, how to let these two become manifest is by removing these two obscurations, mental obscurations. And the cognitive, the afflictive obscurations we remove by applying the remedy of the wisdom of emptiness with the force, the driving force or the motivation of the renunciation. Whereas to remove the cognitive obscurations, we will apply the same remedy, the wisdom of emptiness, but the driving force must be much more intense. That is bodhicitta. Bodhicitta, the altruistic, unconditional love of bodhicitta should be the driving force. And then with this driving force, you apply the wisdom of emptiness, you will cleanse the cognitive obscurations as well. So then this wisdom comes out. Okay, so the point is, these 3 points, be kind to yourself, means in terms of the result, try to give yourself the fearlessness, try to give yourself the infinite happiness. But how to do that? Be wisely kind to yourself. We should resort to the appropriate causes. The cause of the fearlessness, the cause of the fearlessness. For that matter, it is the wisdom, the fearlessness is the wisdom driven by the renunciation, and the cause of the infinite happiness is the wisdom of emptiness driven by bodhicitta. So we see that this is my goal, agenda, whether I'm Buddhist or non-Buddhist, whether I'm a girl or boy, whether I'm educated or uneducated, rich, poor, it doesn't matter. This is my goal. If this is my goal, the path is very clear now. Cultivate the wisdom of emptiness, driven by the force of universal love of bodhicitta on the ground of renunciation. So the 3 points are there, right? If you are, say for example, following Judaism, just follow Judaism. Be a good Jew. And meanwhile, to practice these 3 things: unconditional love, sense of renunciation, and to see everything like a dream. As simple as that, you made a good Jew. And then if you're a Christian, remain a good Christian. Jesus Christ is amazing embodiment of compassion. Amazing. Be a good Christian. Right? Meanwhile, your job is being a good Christian and then see how to achieve the fearlessness and how to achieve the infinite happiness. And if you're a non-believer, remain a good non-believer. Right? Even as a non-believer, your job is to look for fearlessness, to not believing in anything, and to achieve the infinite happiness by not believing in anything. Be a good non-believer. This whole point. So with this in mind, we see that there are 3 points for us to feel the value of renunciation, bodhicitta, and the wisdom of emptiness. So to enumerate and to illustrate each one of these 4, we did that in under 3 captions or under 3 headings. For the renunciation, reason why to cultivate renunciation. Number 2, how to cultivate renunciation. Number 3, what is the measure of having cultivated renunciation. Number 1, that is done. Now bodhicitta, why to cultivate bodhicitta, how to cultivate bodhicitta, and the measure of having cultivated bodhicitta. The 3 points. Of the 3 points for the bodhicitta, yesterday we came to that point as to how to cultivate bodhicitta. For the cultivation bodhicitta, universal love of bodhicitta. Again, this is one of the favorite things I like to always reiterate. That is, what we seek is, we seek a fearlessness. And of the innumerable mental states that exist in this universe, the one mind, mental state, which is most fearless in nature. You have this mind and you really genuinely get a feeling of fearlessness. That is the wisdom of emptiness. If you get the wisdom of emptiness inside, the moment you feel that everything is like a dream, it is like you're totally fearless of your dream when you wake up. You're not going to be affected by any content of the dream. No matter how scary the dream is, the moment you wake up, you're at least going to be affected by the dream. This is the wisdom of emptiness that gives you such a feeling of the confidence and fearlessness. And oftentimes, unfortunately, we go through depression, breakups, and the feeling of the low, loss, helplessness, hopelessness, so forth. But if you get in this spirit, in this ambience of the sadness, tremendous loss, if you get a glimpse of how everything is like a dream, this feeling of the loss will instantly disappear, replaced with a tremendous feeling of confidence and fearlessness. So of the millions of the mental states, one mental state which will give you confidence and fearlessness is the wisdom of emptiness. 1. Next, of the millions of mental states, the moment somebody who appreciates flower, you see a very beautiful flower there, your eyes, your whole being is trapped by this flower with awe, feeling of awe. Wow, beautiful, it's amazing. And somebody who is attracted to music, like the Mozart, right? And instantly your mind is being trapped by the music. Okay, Likewise, some people, they go crazy to see Michael Jackson dancing. Right? I could not believe how these people, they become so crazy. But I have to respect them. Right? They become so crazy, they collapse. It's amazing to see him dancing, which means that the whole being is being sucked up by the demeanor. So likewise, there's of the millions of such attractions, one mind that is most beautiful, the most appealing, most beautiful mind that exists in this universe is the universal love of bodhicitta. The moment you feel this, everything dissolves, meaning that, okay, you, me, this person is unkind, he's very bad, all these judgmental thoughts simply dissolve. You see that everything is like own child, very tender young child. It's a beautiful thing. The most beautiful mind that possibly exists in this universe is this bodhicitta, and universal love of the bodhicitta. And again, this is something that we can cultivate. Each one of us, we can cultivate it. It's not that, okay, no, I'm not really it's a beautiful thing, it's wonderful to have it, but I cannot have it. I'm a very short-tempered person, right? I just feel so frustrated to see somebody nasty against me. Okay, even though you are of that category, if you practice the two methods, the sevenfold cause-effect method, which we indicated yesterday, and the method of equalizing and exchanging self for others, these two methods, if you practice consistently, the whole being will be changed. Whole being will be changed. For example, this beautiful hall, we can make it into a golden hall. How? Okay, one piece you remove, replace it with a golden brick. Another piece you remove, replace it with a golden brick. And slowly you see that it starts to glow. Then this Moncha hall will slowly become golden hall, right? Okay, this is exactly, we are all like, say, a small structure built of the bricks. We are the structure built on the bricks. Say, I'm a very lazy person, this is also built of lazy bricks. And I'm a very short-tempered person, it's also made of short-tempered bricks. And I'm somebody who is what? Restless, right? Restless. For example, many of the CEOs, they are very restless. You know that? The CEOs, they have to constantly think of how to make the business keep going. Because there's so many competition, so much competition from outside. They have to keep thinking. So this becomes a habit. So their mind is made of the bricks of the restlessness. And I've seen two such CEOs. Met with them, they could not really, literally they could not sit for 5 minutes. 5 minutes, they have to stand up and do something. Right? Okay, so what I'm saying is that this is who we are. We are nothing but made of bricks. And these bricks of short-temperedness, the bricks of greed, the bricks of the disliking others, these bricks can be removed. Right? Remove one brick of disliking others, replace it with the brick of liking others. Again, remove another brick of disliking others, replace it with the brick of liking others. Slowly the whole being becomes someone who loves others. You see others, there's such a joy there. You go to the market, you go to shopping malls, you see the people there. So beautiful, so kind, and yet they're suffering, right? Then your mind flows, right? Suspicion dissolves. It's beautiful. Okay. So how to cultivate this? There are two methods. What is being taught here is a very simple way to see making sure that your mind has already reached to the level of the universal love. But then this love, as we said earlier, the feeling of love and affection, feeling of the good heart, the feeling of love and affection. In fact, on the way from the Rohivut to here, Nisimla drove me, so kindly drove me. And he was constantly talking about the good heart, so beautiful. I really enjoyed this ride. Right? My time from Rohibut to here is just hearing the good heart. Nothing about this person is bad, this is wrong, this weather is not good, this is very humid. Right? Nothing of this, only good heart. What a pleasant, healing ride. Very healing. So I'm so thankful to the similar for that. Yeah, it's so positive coming out, positive. Okay, so now the point is, with this feeling of love and affection, this feeling of love and affection is a very broad umbrella. This can manifest in the form of compassion. At times it can manifest in the form of loving kindness. For that matter, we need to know what is compassion, what is loving kindness. Yesterday we already learned that compassion is the feeling of love and affection, same love and affection. With this spirit, you look at the other person, you see the other person what? Suffering. Then this feeling of love and affection manifests in the form of compassion. May you be freed from suffering. This is compassion. Whereas, when this feeling of love and affection directed towards another angle, that the other person deprived of happiness, then it will manifest in the form of loving kindness, which is, may you be endowed with happiness. So it's the same feeling of love and affection, manifesting in different forms depending on the situation of the other side. Okay, so with this, the ground to cultivate this very courageous mind, may I become Buddha, may I become the fully awakened being for the benefit of all beings. To build this courageous feeling, there must be a tremendous feeling of love towards others. The way the mother feels the love towards the child and ready to sacrifice anything, particularly when the child is below age 10, not 16, 14, 15, 16, very complicated, right? Okay, when the child is like age 3, 4, very tender, vulnerable, heavily dependent on you, the mother is there to sacrifice everything. Okay, once when I was in Cambridge, one of the hosts, not really hosts, a host for a talk, there was a family, there's a gentleman there, and his wife was so interested in the philosophy of emptiness and so forth, so interested. And then during the actual talk, she was not there. And then I asked the host, the talk host, what happened to your wife? She's not here. Then he said that, oh yes, he craves to be here for the talk, but he had to go to pick up the 2 young children from school. Amazing. What she had in her mind is always thinking about these deeper studies, the philosophy, to realize things like dreams, so forth. This is her, the passion. Yet she's ready to sacrifice that when it comes to a tender child. This is love. This is love. So now the point is, we can also cultivate the same love towards all beings through these 2 methods. We can cultivate. And having cultivated this intense love towards all beings, the next point is how to manifest this in the form of compassion. With the compassion, then the energy. May you be free from suffering, and I'll take the responsibility. This will give you a tremendous energy to work, to sacrifice everything that you have. The way the mother feels towards the young tender child. Okay. So stanza 7 and 8 is to reflect on the plight of the sentient beings. How the sentient beings are suffering. How the sentient beings whom you love so much, they are suffering. Okay, what kind of sufferings? I know that many of you came here not to listen to the suffering, but to listen to emptiness. I know. Right? Never mind, we'll first finish this, and then we will come to emptiness. Stanza 7. Swept up in the current of the 4 powerful rivers. 4 powerful rivers. Okay. So this, you may see that is then the end notes, numbers are there, and then you cannot really tell where the end notes are, because this is a compilation, a very quick compilation by Dharma Friends of Israel. Very quick compilation from the original book from Tibet House. So those who are interested, you can get the original books from Tibet House, right? So there, it is not this small, it's a huge book. All the footnotes, endnotes, all are there. So it's a very quick compilation, and the Dharma Friends of Israel, they've been so kind. Within a very short span of time, they did this work. They actually brought out this beautiful booklet for us, right? Okay, so the 4 powerful rivers. One is So how the beings are suffering. And for that matter, just first see that on yourself. When you see that on yourself, yes, this is how I suffer, then you extend to others, then you feel compassion. Okay, how? Number one, we have been swept up in the current of the four powerful rivers. Okay, what are the four powerful rivers? One is the desire. Okay, to go a little technical, because I know that there are some who are already into this, this journey for quite some time, for many years. Leora maybe like 20 years. So therefore, if I keep it very cursory all the time, I'm not doing justice to those people who are exposed to this philosophy for so long. And even amongst the newcomers, I'm sure that some of you are so keen on this, and not only keen, having the capacity to grab things so fast. So I should be doing justice to you also. Okay, for that matter, I'm going to explain whole existence, where we can potentially take birth. Whole existence is classified into three. One is known as the three realms, desire realm. The first one is known as desire realm, where we take birth. Desire realm. And the next one is known as form realm. And the third one is known as formless realm. So how I put the order, how this is put in the order, is in the order of becoming more progressively subtler. Order of becoming progressively more subtle. Meaning that desire realm is very gross. The way we take birth is very gross. As compared to that, then the subtle one is form realm, which is in, say, the God and Goddess realm. God here doesn't mean the God in the sense of the created God. Okay. The God and Goddess realm, the form realm. And then the next one is also God and God, the God realm. This is known as the formless realm. And if you want to study more, then you have to sign up for many courses. There are many courses offered by the Dhamma Friends of Israel, right? Dhamma Friends of Israel also offers course from Buddhism A to Z. And then Tibet also offers course, the Nalanda Master's course, Nalanda Diploma course. Okay, so these courses are there, right? If you want to learn more of these things, they are always there, possibilities there. Now, say what actually drives us into miseries, one which is so obvious is the desire and attachment. Do you agree with me? Desire and attachment is the one which drives us into many unnecessary problems. Unnecessary problems. Many. Most of the problems are because of the unnecessary problems. For example, if you become sick, I cannot say that you, for example, say I go to a place and I contract tuberculosis, I start to become sick. It's because of I cannot see that it's because directly correlated to attachment. No. But unnecessary problems which we can easily evade are oftentimes created by desire. Right? I don't want to go into detail. Okay. So the first one is the current. The current, that we are being washed away by the tremendous desire. One, the desire of the desire realm. Attachment of the desire realm. All the three realms, they have the attachment. The first one is the attachment of the desire realm. Second one is the attachment of the form and formless realm. You getting it? I'm talking about the four powerful rivers. These are the metaphors. The rivers, for example, if there is a very strong, forceful river, and then somebody throws you there, you cannot possibly escape. It forcefully just wash you down. So these four powerful rivers, what are they? Number one is the attachment of the desire realm. Number one. Number two, attachment of the form and formless realm. Number two. Then number three is the river, the powerful river of the wrong view. The powerful river of the wrong view, right, is a very serious problem. Okay, just for information, it would be good for you, because emptiness, when I actually go into emptiness, particularly newcomers, you may find it quite interestingly complex. So first let me make it a little light.